Ace market-bound iStone is looking to bank on its listing to expand its market share. But is the timing off? We sit down with Executive Director Chan Kok San to talk about riding the Industry 4.0 wave and its big plans post-listing. So Mr. Chan, big companies are putting their IPO plans on hold looking at the bearish market now. Is this really the right time for iStone to go for listing?
Yes, I think yes, because like our government Malaysia now is pushing about the Industrial 4.0 is a trend, and last year the national policy has been established, and we see the government encouragement for the automation, the manufacturing automations, and to create high technology manufacturing and smart manufacturing as well. So we are in this manufacturing automation business since 2007 when we established our business.
Right.
We have group of talents that very specialized in test and measurement. Based on our historical growth from 2007 until now, actually we experienced a growth just like that from 2015 to 2018. We experienced like the 15% of the growth.
Yep.
So we foresee that the demand from the automation manufacturing segments is increasing.
Looking back at the history of iStone, right, it was an SME and then it grew over the years. But really, what would you say is the reason behind why the group finally wants to go for listing?
The reason we want to go for listing because we want to expand our customer base.
Okay.
Last time we were jammed out by the capacity issue. Now we have a bigger factories. With the proceeds we raise from the markets, I believe that we can expand, we can build our reputation, and we can attract more talents to expand our business.
So you have about 70 customers, right? And a majority of them are multinational corps, while the remaining are from Singapore and the Philippines. And what kind of clients exactly are you on the lookout for?
Currently, we have a dependency on single largest customer, and we hope that through the via the listing, we can find more customers and to diversify our concentration. We are servicing the electronic manufacturing customer. We will continue to expand the customer base in this area. If you look at our MR report, you can see that the growth is about 30% in the next 3 years for the manufacturing segments. So we see the big opportunity in this area.
So your major business is manufacturing automation, right? For home appliances, for automotive and also industrial products. Correct. What kind of opportunities do you see in this segment?
We are in this segment, consumer electronics, home appliances. They are required, they are mass production, actually they are mass production customer. The smart manufacturing actually will benefit them because it can reduce the dependency to the foreign worker in Malaysia. And also it can improve the effectiveness of manufacturing. Nowadays, like the consumer product or electronic product, they build smarter and smarter. Example, like we just talked about the coffee maker, it built in a Wi-Fi, it built in a Bluetooth. Right. So the test requirement on this type of the product is made more complicated. And also nowadays, the people, the build the product, the process of assembly is very complicated. For us, we feel that the opportunity is we have this talent and our experience that we can make the specialized automation machine for them to build and to test their product.
How about challenges?
Because of the technology advancements, so we look at their product become more complicated. So we also require our talent, we need to build our talents that understand about technology itself. Right. And only we can start to propose some tests to them. So we need to catch up with the technology. We always continue learning, continue grow our talent to build more knowledge. Second thing is nowadays we can see the electronic, especially electronic product. The life cycle, the product to launch getting shorter and shorter. Last year, they can probably prepare for 24 months. Now they are looking at 9 to 12 months to launch a new product. So for us, we need to improve our process to make the machine, to build the machine at shorter lead time.
A bulk of the proceeds from the IPO is to pay back bank borrowings, right?
Yes, that's right.
So as at iStone's LPD, bank borrowings was at 18.17 million, something like that. So when gearing is down and once your balance sheet is healthier, what are your plans then? Are you going to ramp up?
Yeah, because once we have done the settlement of all these bank loans, it can easily give us a saving about $500,000 a year in terms of the interest, the borrowing interest. So based on this, I believe if you create actually very healthy gearing ratio, it's less than 0.1, and I believe our client, they look at our balance sheet, they were strong, they would like to work with us.
A proportion of your sales, right, are transacted in US and Sing dollar, which means you are exposed to fluctuations in these rates. The same goes for your purchases. So in the long run, how do you maintain your competitive advantage?
We have approximately about 11 million in ringgit revenue last year, and our purchase was about in US dollar and about 11 million ringgit equivalent in US dollar purchased. So actually we go by the very natural hedging, and in our P&L actually the impact of the foreign loss or gain is less than 1%. Our market segment is still on Malaysia's side. Okay. So the fluctuation of foreign currency actually will not create big impact to our business.
Looking at your financial statistics, revenue and profit actually got better between FY16 and FY18. Net profit, for example, it more than doubled to 11.25 million in FY18 from 4.75 million in FY16. So once the listing is done, can such earnings be sustained?
Our revenue growth is quite consistent, about 15% a year. Okay. And our profit margin actually we make a improvement from about 14% in 2015 and down to currently up to about 17% profit after tax. Through the IPO exercise, we can attract more talent, we can expand. I believe that we can continue to grow our business at the same rate. This is our internal reference, and we believe that we can continue maintain the profit margin that we have.
And what is going to drive this growth?
Through the IPO exercise, as I said, we are going to build our reputations, and the customer will know us, and with a strong financial stability in the company, it definitely will attract talents and attract the customer as well. So these are the two parameters that I believe it can make us expand further.